So, astrology is a symbolic language of human nature, at least insofar as I will take it in this video. In astrology, we have 12 zodiac signs, which are each themselves a symbol. And if we go back to what we were saying about symbols, they stir our mind and get at inherent patterns in life, in nature. Um, which again means that as you contemplate, you'll sense patterns and make connections across many different levels. And in this case, we'll talk about it in terms of human nature. Um, One part of that might be personality, as we see it. Um, so, for instance, Aries people are often thought of as warriors, the ram, the independent starter, etc. And the more we contemplate these various keywords that are associated with Aries, we build not only a concept of Aries in our mind, but it also becomes this autonomous image, which is what I largely think symbols are there to stir up, the autonomous images that are already kind of intuitive to us. And we all know what this essence is like, but we're out of touch because our minds tend to overpower our cognitions. Intuition is about using the heart mind, our gut sense of patterns, and our personal web of associations. So ultimately, leading you to a personal web of meaning, your own personal unconscious. And then you find out that your personal unconscious is a part of the collective unconscious, and that your unconscious thoughts are not as unique to you as you may believe. That doesn't necessarily make you a replicate of other people out there, but there's far more similarity within the soul than appears on the outside. That's the gist. Astrology just takes the essence of certain symbols. When we read a natal chart, we're reading something that has taken certain symbols and placed them in configuration based on the birth date and time for someone. So we have to string together the symbols in this configuration, which gives it more layered and nuanced meaning. This shows the individuality of a person's spirit, of their consciousness, if you like, their soul. This is an up and down process. You'll contemplate the symbols, which will give you essence that may inform a fully formed thought, which may point to a concrete experience in your life, or it may go the other way around, and this can be a very dynamic language. For example, my friend has a Pisces moon. I know that Pisces symbolizes imagination, disillusion of boundaries, artistic expression, and spirituality. Now, I know the moon is our inner life, our emotional makeup, and the way we react to things, our basic psychology from the inside. So note that this is not all that Pisces are, or what all of what the moon represents. That isn't the point. Our intuition kicks in if we allow ourselves to contemplate these few things. We don't have to overthink it. Our imagination will stir us into the right place. Typically, if we're studying things like astrology, soon you may start to parse together. Oh, imagination. Walt Disney, Fantasyland. My friend is a Pisces moon, and she loves Disney movies and fantasy books. And in fact, I remember growing up, it was near impossible to pry her away from these books. So this is the magic of astrology as an intuitive practice. Houses, in the simplest sense, are context, home and family life, day-to-day work, your career, your place out in society, independent of your upbringing, etc. Planets, in the simplest sense, are your instincts. We all have instincts that we all have to act, to love, to expand upon, etc. And aspects are the angular relationships between the planets in your chart. And these tensions and harmonics between certain instincts in context provide very unique, nuanced, sometimes very idiosyncratic meaning. They become the very unique aspects of people. All of these have symbolic meaning, though. And the first house is a symbolic of our persona, first impressions, etc. The planet Venus represents in your chart what you find beautiful and lovable. And the house it sits in tells you where you tend to find it. And the sign it's in will tell you the nature of what that beauty is. For example, Venus in Leo in the 10th house points to someone who finds boisterous or performative personalities to be lovable, who have made a career out of it, and who are incredibly. They find this to be incredibly like beautiful and charming, and it tends to be what attracts them. It tends to be also their sort of aesthetic taste. So the thing that really stirs them up inside, maybe from the heart center, is what Venus points to. Yeah. But remember, this is symbolic. So you have to do the work of contemplation to make astrology come alive for you. You may know someone that has their sun in the 3rd house in Gemini. You may parse together that this is someone who shines or wants to be known for always being on the go, being a curious and rapidly moving person who takes in a lot of information in their local community, and who always wants to appear as not a bore, the opposite of a bore. So that's symbolic information. Now it's your job to work creatively with that info and contemplate. Sit with it like you would a difficult math problem. The answers will come to you eventually. And soon you'll realize, and it really does feel like a sudden realization at times, that that this person is constantly out of the house, hits the bookstore every day. They never stay anywhere for more than an hour because they have so many engagements to attend, etc. It'll just, in this sense, the flower of meaning kind of blooms. In this way, you could study a single chart for hours and hours and glean so much wisdom that your head would explode. And that's beautiful because it shows you how complex we all are deep down. We are all living embodiments of nature itself. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. Just remember that symbols stir up the mind, and they remind our intuition of the patterns to look for in nature. Astrology is a language of symbols. Our symbols are stringed together in particular ways which point to deep and nuanced meaning. This meaning is profound and can wake us up to things about ourselves we've long forgotten, or that which we always knew deep down, but that others didn't notice about us. So welcome to Heart Mind Astrology. I'm excited to light this channel up with videos. I look forward to sharing more of my perspective on this incredible practice. Thanks. I'll see you guys next time.